We are both live on Facebook and Zoom. Hello and welcome everyone joining us on Zoom or Facebook. It's really nice that we have already several participants joined and you see so many different people here because we have a very special webinar today. It's about business management and we have special guests. So I'm really happy to be hosting it with our speakers. And today, Georgi and I will be really, really short because we want to give the floor to our speakers since they have very detailed information for you. And just for the very short information, the universities present today are Hochschule Osnabrück, Heilbronn University of Applied Sciences, and Technische Hochschule Wildau. So Georgi will share the links to the course programs in the chat. Please have an eye on the chat because Georgi and the others will be sharing very, very useful links in the chat. You can ask your questions in Q&A and then yes, someone, representatives or Georgi will answer them. So Georgi, please, can you tell us a bit about yourself and MyGermanUniversity? And meanwhile, I will ask my speakers to please turn off their cameras and mute themselves. And then after our short presentation, we'll come back with the speaker. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nino. Welcome everyone, as Nino mentioned, to this very interesting webinar today. I will be very short. I just introduce myself. I'm Georgi from MyGermanUniversity, and I'm master students finishing my master studies in Germany. So, and I'm also the scholarship holder of a DAD. Right now, I will share with you the screen to tell you a little bit about MyGermanUniversity. So here you can see that the topic of our today's webinar is study business management in Germany. So regarding the MyGermanUniversity, first of all, what you should know, it's a German startup which is based in Hamburg, in Germany, and it's Germany's largest database. It hosts, let's say, Germany's largest database of English taught study programs. So for now, we have more than 2,100 bachelor and master programs. At the same time, what you should know is that our aim, to shortly say, is to help students like you, international students like me and Nino and like you, to come and study in Germany, to provide you with all the necessary information through our website, mygermanuniversity.com, to which I will share a link shortly, through our platform, the study finders, which will help you to find the best programs for you very easily, and also through writing articles, and which I will show you also shortly, and through the webinars team members of MyGermanUniversity are carrying out. So regarding the articles, for now we have more than 70 comprehensive articles on various topics. When you enter our website, you can click on the upper side, the article section, and you will see all the articles that are available on different topics. Also the webinars that have approximately 150 webinars on different topics like the general studying in German topics, scholarships in Germany, visa, uni assist, and this kind of today's webinar, like subject-specific webinars about business. So you can enter our website again, click on the section webinars to see what are the upcoming webinars waiting for you. And you can register for them and join us through Zoom. And again, about MyGermanUniversity. So as I mentioned, we're based in Hamburg, Germany, but our team is international. So we have people who come from different countries who are based in, for example, in China, in Spain, in Brazil, in Germany, obviously, etc. And we have counseling not only in English language, but also we have webinars on the screen in English, Spanish, Portuguese, Russian, and Italian as well. So here I would stop sharing my screen and just shortly again underline what Nino said, that keep an eye on chat because important links for you there. And also you cannot use the chat yourself, but you should be attentive to it. And at the bottom of your Zoom, you can see the Q&A section. So you can enter this Q&A section and ask all your questions that you have, whether they are specific to the programs that we or are general. So you're welcome to ask your questions. And for those who are joining us from Zoom, you cannot ask the questions in Q&A, obviously, but please leave your comments in the Facebook and we'll get back to you as soon as possible. So very much and have a fruitful webinar. Thank you.
Thank you, Georgi. Now I'll briefly continue with a small presentation from my side. As you know, as you saw already, we have very special guests today. It's Professor Dr. Oops, just a second, sorry. Okay, so it's Professor Dr. Peter Meyer from Hochschulkompass. Have Travis Stiltner from Heilbronn University of Applied Sciences and Technische Hochschule. Representative is Martin Bradbeer. Let me really quickly come back to the presentation because there was a technical problem. So just a second. And meanwhile, Georgi will be sharing some links of the programs in a chat, and you are very welcome to have a look. So here we go, and you can see again the special guests and the programs they will be talking about today. Before that, I would like to tell you two databases you should know. Hochschulkompass, which has all the programs that are mostly in German. You see that for business management, we have 266 degree programs, and also 68 are English out of this number. However, if you are looking for an English taught program, you should go to our study finder and MyGermanUniversity, where you can find 65 degree programs for business management. And here you see that there are 30 bachelor programs. Here you can also see that we have only English, which means that sometimes programs are like joint or like double programs. I would say they have English and German, German courses. Another thing is that if you are wondering about the business management topic, on our page you have this section which is called subjects, and if you go and click here, you will see all the information about the universities, about the program itself, and what are the options, tuition fees, and so on and so forth. However, I would advise you not to decide and not only based on rankings, be it international or national, and try to choose the program which is best for you. Sometimes students say, I need to go to Berlin or I need to study in Munich because it's the most famous, and so on. But no, actually, there are so many other cities in Germany, and they have great universities, as you will see today as well. And very broadly, I will say that we decided to kind of talk about universities in two big sections, and which also includes technical universities. And here I have some of the examples that provide also business management courses. And you see that there are 5 programs in the subject, which are public universities and private universities as well. And the second one is University of Applied Sciences, as the ones mentioned today. For these universities, offer 60 programs in business management, and here also some examples. So students usually ask us what is the difference. There is not a very big difference. Earlier there was about PhD programs, but now it's changing. So it depends if you want to have more research or theory-oriented programs, or more or less, so to say, practical. So earlier University of Applied Sciences were not providing PhD programs, but now it's changing. That's why we have here this cross and tick as well. So this is also changing. If you go to our study finder and search for business management, you will see lots of options. And as you can see from the slide here, there are some of them are with tuition, some of them without tuition. And it's not always the program like business management. There are specializations, for example, intercultural management integrated with business, or business intelligence and process management, and here business psychology and management, and so many other options. So you have a big pool to choose from. And not to continue not to take your time and time of our speakers, because they have more interesting presentations. First, it will be Professor Dr. Peter Meyer from the University of Hochschule Osnabrück, or Osnabrück University of Applied Sciences, and it actually is here next to Bremen, where I am right now. Professor Dr. Meyer said Osnabrück is better place, so let's listen to him, and the floor is yours.
So thank you very much. We will do the presentation together. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my pleasure to welcome you to our presentation on Osnabrück University of Applied Science. I do it together with Gita Lestari, who would be the contact person for you, and who is actually from Indonesia. And so Gita, maybe you start, and later on I will introduce the program.
Thank you so much, Professor Meyer. So hello, everyone. My name is Gita, and I'm happy today to be here and would like to share the presentation with Professor Meyer together. So short overview what we are going to talk about today, short introduction about our university. Professor Meyer will talk more about studying at the Master International Business and Management, and I would like to talk about the opportunity of studying abroad during your master studies, and what we offer for you, such extracurricular activities and events. And of course, we talk about application and admission requirements, and what makes living in Osnabrück so special at the end. So Hochschule Osnabrück is the largest university of applied sciences in Lower Saxony. The university offers 100 study programs at the bachelor, master, and advanced education level at the 4 faculties and 1 institute of music. And this is also the home for 14,000 students. As you can see here, I highlight one campus, which is Caprivi campus, where the Faculty of Business and Management and Social Sciences is located, and also where our students at the Master Program International and Business Management are studying. So the Faculty of Business is the largest faculty at our university. Around 5,000 students are enrolled here, and we offer also bachelor and master programs from business management, social sciences, and also health. So I would like to share some impression of our campuses. So I take 2 campuses. One is Westerberg campus, where you can also see the building here. So this is our Mensa, the student restaurant, and also lectures rooms. What we call as a frog building, because it's also green, and those are the new modern buildings of our campus. And as you can see here, right next actually the frog building is the library, and so underneath here, this is the Caprivi campus, where the Faculty of Business Management is. You can see here the building is old. This is a historical building. It was the army barrack and was converted into offices and lecture rooms. The combination of modern and old building makes our university special. So Professor Meyer, this is your turn.
Okay, actually, we want to introduce our master program to you. Our master program is taught in English, here are the details for our study program. I mean, it's we only have a few minutes, so we welcome you to visit our website, Our degree is a Master of Arts degree, and we have 2 years. 2 years. We actually manage, most of our students manage indeed to finish in 2 years. So it's a consecutive program. We call it consecutive because it builds on a business management bachelor degree. So this is the target group we would like to have in our program. So it's all taught in English by professors, instructors, teachers from here. We nowadays have quite a number of guest lecturers from other countries like Indonesia or Thailand. Typically, we have 25 to 27 to 28 persons in one class. This is what we want, and typically we have maybe 10, 12, sometimes maybe 10 to 12 foreign students, and then 13, 14, 15 German students. We want to have recruitment from all countries around the world, and we managed in the past quite well. We have Asians, Latin Americans, Africans, Europeans, North Americans. So here you find the application deadline, and like I said, I mean, basically we want to have those people who have a business degree in their bachelor studies. And because it's taught in English, we want to have a sound understanding of and ability to speak in English, and we require as well A1 level in German. So our study program is business, international business, but given the fact that Germany is integrated in worldwide business networks, we are an ideal place for actually learning as well intercultural skills in our group, because there are so many foreign students. And when you study here, you can study the main program, but then you can specialize on according to your own wishes. So some students, they want to focus on markets and processes. So for example, marketing or supply chain management. Others want to focus on human resource management and change. And then if you want to focus on consulting and the like, then you would take the third specialization. So we are accredited, and at the moment we are in the process of an international accreditation. Okay. So, and here, this is the program. I take your time when you visit our website. So we have in the first semester, we have six modules per semester, and the modules are typically taught by one professor. Like in my case, I would teach global economic framework, where you talk about international economic developments, and then my colleague would talk about human resource management and so forth. So we provide a sound basis for working in international business. The key competencies give you a good overview, and then you have the general competencies like ethics or research methods. And then on the right side, you see the specializations you can choose. Okay. And this is, you will see the website. Please have a look at it. I think it would take too much time, but what the basic idea we have is that you can choose. You have a choice. You have to take the core competencies and the key competencies, but beyond that, you can say, okay, I'm more interested in marketing, or I'm interested in HR, or I'm interested in innovation and transformation and consulting. So to some extent, people can come and can say, okay, actually, this is where I want to specialize on. Okay.
Thank you, Professor Maya. So yeah, students of our study program have also the possibility to extend their international exposure and intensify their language skill by taking part in some exchange programs. So you have several opportunities to take during your master studies. Usually our students go abroad during the third semester and select some modules at the third semester at one of our partner university. So the study time will not be extended because the credits earned abroad will be recognized by our program. If you want to stay a little bit longer and earn 2 degrees, you can also take part in double degree program. So we have 3 cooperation with universities in France, in South Korea, and in Indonesia. So you will spend your first year here in Osnabrück and the second year at one of the host university. Then you will get 2 degrees from our university and from the host university. You can also take part in a summer school program, so which is shorter than 1 semester, but you can also, or you will get the international experience by taking part in this program. We offer also some events for our enrolled students. So for example, in the first semester, to get to know your fellow student more, you can take part in intercultural workshop. We organize intercultural evening, and this is a traditional event such as Christmas get together. So we had it last semester, last semester online because it wasn't possible to do it on campus. We have also several guest lecturers in every modules. And in the second semester, we had Scrum workshop. We did it on campus, but this time we did it also online, and it worked very well. So in the third semester, for your preparation of your career, you can also take part in a career fair, so which is offered by our university. So as you already heard from Professor Maya, so what are the requirements in order to apply for our master program? So you need to have or complete university bachelor degree in business management, economics, or related degree. So English language proficiency is very important. So at least you need to prove C1 level, and also German language proficiency at least at B1 level. Yes, after you fulfill this requirement, so you can start to apply online via our portal, via our university portal. So please not via the Uni Assist. So you need to upload several documents where you can see here. You can also have a look again on our website, the details, and it's important to know when the deadline is. So for applicants from non-EU countries, so you need to apply from 1st February until April 15, and then for the EU applicants until July 15 from the 1st of May. Yes, after you have submitted all required documents and fulfilled all requirements, we will forward your application to the selection committee, so they will assess your application, and those are the criteria which are assessed during the selection processes, such as your final grade and also commitment or work experience, your internship during your studies, and also your experience abroad, such as exchange semester, internship, or summer school. So those are things need to be listed in your CV, and also you need to submit the proofs of those activities. And usually we send the admission letter for non-EU applicants in May, so which is now, and for EU applicants in July. So last but not least, and also important, is the city itself, Osnabrück, as we mentioned before. So Osnabrück is a beautiful city, and it is a quite small city with 170,000 inhabitants. So we have also a nice building, historical building. The special thing of Osnabrück is that it is a livable city. It's not too big, but not too expensive accommodation. The cost of living in Osnabrück is affordable comparing to other cities in Germany. And at the same time, Osnabrück has many cultural offers, just like other big cities. So you also have easy access to other big cities in Germany, such as Hamburg, Cologne, Berlin. And yeah, if you will get to benefit at once when studying at International Business and Management and living in Osnabrück, so you will get high quality education and great value for money. So this is ours. So you can contact us, Professor Dr. Peter Meyer as a program director and me for the coordination. So you can have a look again on our website or follow us on our social media. This is the social media of our university. Yeah, we look forward to your application and feel free to contact us if you have any questions.
So I lived abroad. I lived in South Korea for 4 years before I came to Osnabrück. And before I lived in South Korea, I lived in Ghana for 3 years. And before that, I lived in the US for a while. So for me, when I compare Osnabrück with the other cities, it was quite a surprise. I mean, to live in a small city with 170,000 inhabitants after coming from South Korea, from Seoul with 14 million. But Osnabrück is really a wonderful place. So we invite you to have a look at it. But we don't want to draw your attention only to the city. We think our University of Applied Science and our program is a good choice. So that's my final word. Then I give back to Nino. So thank you very much.
For a very interesting presentation and sharing your experiences. So, and I see there are lots of questions for the university. I think students are already interested to join your wonderful students. So thanks again, and we will come back to questions at the end. Now let's continue. And here we have our second university and second special guest, and another exciting university and city. And I would like to give floor to Travis Stiltner and the Heilbronn University of Applied Sciences. And here you can see the map and the university location. So, Mr. Stiltner, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much, Nino. As Nino said, my name is Travis Stiltner. I am the program coordinator for the Master of Arts in International Business and Intercultural Management here at Heilbronn University of Applied Science. I'm also a graduate of the program. I graduated a few years ago. I'm originally from the United States. Before I came here to Germany to study, I was a HR manager for an IT company for many years, and I realized my dream and to always live abroad, and decided to move to Germany after a little research. So I'm happy to provide you some information about our university as well as our study program, and I can give you my insights both as a student as well as an employee now of the university. So let me just figure out how to share my screen. Hopefully you can all see the presentation now.
Yes, it's visible. Thank you.
Okay, perfect. So to start, again, the name of the program is International Business and Intercultural Management. We typically shorten that to MIBEM, just because it's such a long phrase to have to say every time we talk about the program. But to start, I'll talk a little bit about the university as well as the city of Heilbronn. Heilbronn University is one of the largest universities of applied science. It's here in the south of Germany in Baden-Württemberg. We have 2 campuses here directly in Heilbronn. The first one was Campus Sondheim, and that's where most of the technical types of programs are taught. Our program is actually located at the Bildungscampus, which is directly in the city center of Heilbronn. It's the largest of the 4 campuses. Besides our program, we're here, the Faculty of International Business, as well as a couple other faculties that are more business related. We also have 2 satellite campuses that are about 45 minutes or so away in Kunzelsaal and Schwäbisch Hall, but there typically isn't any reason for our students to go to those campuses. We just like to show the pretty pictures of those buildings. Here on the map, again, you can see where Heilbronn is located. We're just north of Stuttgart, which is the largest city in Baden-Württemberg. And just to the northwest of us is the city of Heidelberg. So these are probably two cities that you may have heard about. And regarding the city itself, it has a population of around 125,000. So we're a little bit smaller than Osnabrück. But as I said before, it's an excellent location because you're in the south of Germany where you find a lot of different industries. Notably, it's the automobile industry. Here, not too far, we have the global headquarters of Porsche and Mercedes-Benz, for example. Just next door to Heilbronn, you find a large location for Audi. Besides that, we also have Bosch and Hugo Boss. So lots of well-known brands are located here. One nice feature of the city is that we have the largest gastronomic riverwalk in the south of Germany. It's called the Neckarmühle. That just kind of goes to the point that there's a lot of things to do here for students. So not only do you have to study while you're here, there's lots of opportunities to meet up with your friends, to go to a beer garden or to a nice restaurant and have some nice regional wine that we have here as well. We're in a famous wine region of Germany called the Wildau wine region. So here all around Heilbronn, and you can see here in the picture as well, we're surrounded by hills with beautiful vineyards up their slopes. Another thing to mention is that we were the host of the Federal Garden Show in Germany in 2019. And you can see a picture here of that show. It really brought a revitalization to the city. And you see that there's constantly still flowers decorating our city center. So it's a really pretty place to be. I was actually really surprised when I came to Heilbronn, and I was really thankful for my choice to study here. Comparing it to a city like Berlin or to Cologne or Frankfurt, I think as an international student, like these smaller cities in Germany really give an international student the chance to not be overwhelmed when they first moved here. So I would certainly say it's a great choice. So I'm in the Faculty of International Business, and within our faculty we have 4 different bachelor's programs, as well as 3 master's programs. Of those, we have 2 programs that are entirely taught in English. One of them is the MyGermanUniversity program, which is the one I'm going to talk about today. And we also have another master's degree in international tourism management that's entirely taught in English. They're very similar, so if you're maybe looking at different options, I would encourage you not only to take a look at the MyGermanUniversity program, but also the International Tourism Management program, because they're both like very innovative and exciting programs to study. So you may wonder why you would want to study a master's program here at the university. And we polled our students in the past, and these are some of the things that come up pretty consistently. There's excellent career opportunities after graduating. We have, within our curriculum, you'll find that we have courses in marketing, finance, HR, economics. We also have this emphasis on intercultural communication and management, as well as sustainability. So like our program really opens the door to a lot of different career paths for our students. And all of our students typically find a job, fairly quickly after finishing their studies here. We are a University of Applied Sciences, and I think they've alluded to this before. So being that type of university here in Germany, there's a very high relevance to practical skills. If you study at a Universität, for example, you're going to dive deeper into theoretical topics, whereas here in our type of university, you're going to get more of what you need to actually start in a position once you graduate. We are the Faculty of International Business, so we consider ourselves to be very international. There's many days that I'll walk through the halls here or around the entrance of our campus. And most of the time you'll hear at least 2, 3, sometimes 5 different languages being spoken as you walk through the campus. So not only do we have our master's programs that are entirely taught in English, but we welcome quite a number of international exchange students as well. I think in the next, in the winter semester that's coming up, I think we have around more than 200 or so international students that will be visiting us for a semester or two. A nice feature of our program as well is that we're very small class sizes. In the MyGerman program, we admit typically 20 to 30 students per year. And so this gives the professors as well as the staff the chance to really work hand in hand with our students and to make sure that they're getting everything that they need to be successful in their studies. Another thing that's brought up pretty consistently in our surveys is this interdisciplinary concept. So not only are you studying traditional business topics, but you're also learning some of those soft skills in intercultural and interpersonal communication, as well as this focus into sustainability, which is becoming a much more important aspect of studies and work life around the world. So a few short facts about the MyGerman program. We're a Master of Arts program. Our program is taught entirely in English. We don't have any requirement that you speak German in order to study within our program. Certainly it's advantageous to know some German just to survive in Germany. Unfortunately, not every German is comfortable speaking English with you, but there's no issue with surviving in Heilbronn if you don't speak any German. But we do also assist our students by providing some intensive German classes if they choose to also learn the language while they're here. Again, we're located on the Buildings campus, which is just adjacent to the city center. So within a short walk, you're directly into the main business district of the city. We only have one intake per year. So our courses only start in the winter semester. We don't offer a summer intake. We are a 3-semester program where you would earn 90 ECTS credits. The first 2 semesters are set semesters, which means that they are lectures that are taught here on campus in Heilbronn. And then you have the 3rd semester to write your thesis. You have actually 6 months to register your thesis, and then you have 6 months from that time to actually write your thesis. So you have a good possibility to use at least 1 semester to study abroad, for example, or to take an internship if you want to do that and still remain a student for that time. We also offer students the possibility to take a semester abroad, and this would typically be done in the 3rd semester. We have around 20 different partner universities that are designated just for MyGerman. Here in the entire faculty, there's almost 200. So if you would like to study abroad, that possibility is there for you. We're a full-time study program, so this means that we expect our students, we expect this to be the main focus of the students while they're here in our program. That being said, we do understand that a lot of, especially internationals, they need to support themselves financially while they're here. So we try to keep our courses limited to only 4 days per week. So for example, having either Mondays or Fridays free, and that way they can take a part-time or student job in parallel to their studies. As far as fees, every student at our university would pay a semester fee of around 160 euros. And then additionally, if you come from a non-European Union country, there is a 1,500 euro per semester fee that has to be paid. Unfortunately, this isn't something that we're very happy with here at the university. This is not our decision. This came through the government of the state of Baden-Württemberg. So it's just something that unfortunately we have to cope with. So to talk a bit more about the MyGerman program, our program builds on the knowledge that a student would already have gained through a bachelor's program in business, and it prepares students for management careers in globally operating organizations, including positions in a wide array of industries and business functions. We equip our students with knowledge and practical skills so that they can thrive in the business environment. And this would include courses in subjects like marketing, finance, HR, and economics, as well as courses in methodology, including qualitative and quantitative methods. And finally, we have a focus on interpersonal and intercultural skills, not only theoretical, but also practical skills. And this would be not only at the global level, but also focused in on a few regions around the world. So with our program, our students or our graduates are ready to lead organizations based on the sound knowledge that they gain throughout the program. So you may ask yourself, what sets MyGerman, or what makes MyGerman special, or what would you find in our program that you wouldn't find somewhere else? And we categorize our strengths into 4 categories. Our practical projects and excursions, the fact that we're very international and well networked, that we have small groups, and that we have exceptional teaching as part of the program. So each year we organize an excursion within Germany where students have the opportunity to travel to one of Germany's business hubs, where they get to meet with businesses in an array of industries to learn about new ways of conducting business and to get acquainted with business practices of German as well as international companies. The excursion is paid, the majority of the excursion is paid for by the Faculty of International Business, and so it requires just a small contribution from the students. We also invite experts into the learning environment to present real-life practical experiences in business and to engage our students in innovative best practices in business management, including topics like agility, design thinking, or digital transformation. Our network of international contacts is extensive, and it includes partners from industry, business, and trade. Our professors are required to have practical experience in industry, so therefore they bring with them contacts from all over the world in a variety of different fields. Additionally, our students are very diverse. Generally, around half of our students come from outside of Germany. Each year, we accept students from North and South America, Asia, Africa, and Europe, for example. So we guarantee that the students will have the opportunity to strengthen their cultural aptitude in our international environment. Our program offers approximately 20 study places per year, and we accept applicants from different academic and professional backgrounds. You find students who have come directly into our program from their bachelors, as well as students like myself who had many years of experience already. And because of the small student body, the students have the possibility to work closely with each other to gain additional insights from each other in academic and professional terms. And our students benefit from being together for all of their core courses, and therefore they become a really tight-knit group during the program, and it creates a really supportive environment for the students. Finally, our program is accredited by ACMAN, with the organization commending our focus on sustainability and intercultural management. It's also noteworthy that some of our MyGerman courses are held together with students of our International Tourism Masters program, and that further broadens the set of skills and contacts that students gain as part of the program. So our program consists of 3 semesters, and it's designed to be completed in 18 months. The first semester begins with the comprehensive welcome and orientation program, which is an opportunity for us on the program management side to tell you everything you need to know about studying in our program, as well as all of the formalities that you need to take care of during your first weeks here in Germany, such as registration at City Hall or the Foreigners Office. And part of our orientation program is also to provide some social interaction between our professors and among among all of our students, so they get to know each other pretty well. So the first semester continues by focusing on the students' knowledge of business through foundational courses such as research methods, international economics, corporate governance, financial analysis, and global talent management. And it additionally introduces topics in international management and theoretical topics in intercultural communication. And based on the foundations that you build in your first semester, the second semester continues to a more advanced level of study, during which you strengthen your research capabilities and take advanced courses in international and intercultural management, as well as a module of courses where sustainability is the focus. For example, in our intercultural management course, students take a closer look at important regions of the world. They could be Eastern Europe, the Arab world, the Spanish-speaking world, or Asia Pacific. And the semester also aims to instill knowledge surrounding sustainability in terms of economic development, financial systems, and management. Following the second semester, students have several options. Some students choose to spend a semester abroad at one of our partner universities, as I mentioned before. Others choose to take a voluntary internship to gain some practical experience here in Germany. And others choose just to begin writing their master's thesis immediately. So that third semester is really open for whatever you would like to do. Important to note here is that you have to register your thesis within 6 months of the second semester ending, and then you have 6 months in order to submit your thesis. And there's no requirement that you remain in Germany in order to write your thesis. So if you'd like to move back home or to another country, you're more than welcome to do that as well. And just to give you a few examples of some of our graduates find positions in a variety of fields in different industries, from automotive and manufacturing to finance and IT companies. All of our graduates are prepared to thrive in the position that they would like, including marketing, finance, and controlling, and human resources. So pictured here, you can see 3 of our recent graduates. We have Carlos, who was from Mexico. And he found work here as a digital communication and content specialist, just directly here next door to Heilbronn in Neckarsulm. We have Giannis, who also studied his bachelor's degree here. We have a bachelor's program, International Business Intercultural Studies. So he completed that program and then joined directly into the MyGerman program afterward. And now he's working in finance and control for a manufacturing company. And we have Laura, who is from France, and she's now working with Robert Bosch as an HR business partner. So you can see that MyGerman opens the door to a lot of different possibilities for both our graduates as well as for students. There's lots of opportunities in the area of Heilbronn for student work employment as well as for internships. So here in Heilbronn itself, you will find Bosch, Lidl, and Audi, just to name a few. And within a short distance, you find the headquarters of Bosch, Mercedes, Porsche, SAP, and Hugo Boss. And in Germany, you have to remember that everything's really close together. So it's really easy to reach other larger cities. Within 45 minutes, you have Stuttgart. Within 2 hours, you have Frankfurt, and Munich is only 3 hours away. So we're really confident that students that choose to come here to study in Heilbronn will have no trouble finding a job here in Germany if that's what their goal is. Also of interest to international students is that after you finish your degree, you have the opportunity to apply for what they call a work searching visa, which would allow you to stay in Germany for up to 18 months while you search for a job here. So just a few quick things about the entry requirements. We require an excellent or good first degree in a business-related subject. So for example, economics, finance, human resources, management, those types of degrees. The degree needs to have at least 210 ECTS. If you have less, if you have 180 ECTS, you also have the chance to apply, get accepted, and then you just have to make up those extra 30 ECTS by taking bachelor's courses in our here in our faculty. And by excellent or good degree, we mean a grade point average of better than 2.5 on a German scale. We also require a high proficiency in English, which means that all non-native speakers would need to submit an IELTS, TOEFL, Cambridge, or an Oxford Test of English exam. Again, only native speakers are exempt from this requirement, and you can find the list of what qualifies as a native speaker on our website. A bit about the application procedure. If you have a bachelor's degree that is not from a German university, there's actually 2 steps to the process. So first, you would need to apply to the Studienkolleg Konstanz to have that degree verified as equivalent to a German degree. And you can find all the information on how to take care of this by visiting our website. We recommend that you do this by June 1st. So in case you're looking for a program for this next winter intake, you would want to jump on this process as quickly as possible. Once they verified your bachelor's degree, you'll receive a certificate of verification, and you need this in order to move on to the next step, which is apply to Heilbronn University. And you can find on our website all of the important dates that you need to know in order to apply. The portal for the application is already online, so you can go ahead and start that process today if that's what you would like to do. And that process includes you filling out, creating an account and filling out all of the information in the online application form. You would then print that out, and then you would mail that along with all of the other required documents to the university. One exception this year is that because of COVID-19, if you're living outside of Germany, you can actually email those documents this year. In the past, you always had to mail hard copies. Important to note that July 15th is the set deadline. So any documents that are received after that deadline are not accepted, and the application would not be reviewed or considered. So here you can see just all of the documents that you would need to submit with your application to the university. Again, this same list is available on our website, so I'll let you take a look there instead of going line by line through it. As far as what it takes to get into the program, the main deciding factor is the grade of your bachelor's degree. That's the most important factor. It counts for over 60% of the selection points that students earn during the selection process. As long as you have that, you meet that requirement for the degree, you can improve your selection score by having work experience, preferably in course-related areas after your first degree, meaning at least a minimum of 6 months. Additionally, you can get points for international experience that you gained during your bachelor's. So if you did an international internship, for example, or you spent a semester abroad, that could also help you to build your points for our selection process. So that's my presentation in a nutshell. If you have questions, I would love for you to pop those into the chat, or feel free to contact either myself. You can find my information here, or also our program dean. So that's it. I'll hand it back to Nino.
Thank you so much for this really comprehensive presentation and all your insights. It was really interesting for me as well. I was following you very closely, and maybe I will try to do my second master now because it was very, so thank you so much.
Sure.
Yeah, and now I'll continue with the webinar, and exciting special guest and speaker, Mr. Martin Bradbeer from Technical University of Applied Sciences, Wildau, who is Director of Studies, European Management and European Business Management. And he will talk about Bachelor of European Business Management. So thank you, and the floor is yours.
Thank you, Nina. Let me just share my screen. Okay. Okay, I think I disappeared there for a moment. Am I back?
Yes, everything is visible,
okay.
And the presentation as well.
Okay, good. Yeah, so welcome to the presentation of the European Business Management Bachelor course. And My name is Martin Bradbeer. I'm the Director of Studies. And I am from the UK. I'm from Wales, actually. I've been in Germany since 1992. Worked at, amongst other places, at the British Council, at Oxford University Press, and have been at Wildau for about 22 years now. So before I talk you through the European Business Management course, I'll just move on to here. Give you a bit of information about Wildau, about where we actually are. So the official title is the Technical University of Applied Sciences, and you can see it's just outside of Berlin. We're near the international airport of Schönefeld, and we are also near the new Tesla Gigafactory, which is in Grünheide, which is not too far away. So we are actually already building up contacts with Tesla already. So we have on our campus 2 faculties where we're actually the largest technical university of applied sciences in Brandenburg, although we are quite small. We've only got about 3,600 students in these 2 faculties of business computing and law and engineering and natural sciences. Of our students, about 17% are international students. So it's about 600 international students. We've got approximately 100 professors, as well as academic staff members like myself who also teach. So this is a very good student-professor ratio, which of course leads to a friendly, personal atmosphere on the campus, which means you can get individual support from the teaching staff. Now, the university itself, a bit like the university campus Caprivi in Osnabrück, was built in 1991 on an old factory site, actually. And it was a heavy machinery plant originally. And so we are surrounded by lots of SMEs in engineering. And we've got this one end of the plant. So we have quite a lot of the old buildings have been converted into lecture halls, admin offices, etc. And we've still got a lot of the original features thanks to the innovative and intricative architecture. So this is the layout. This is the train stations. We've actually got a train station right at the campus, which is very handy. We have this green area where we have our annual Oktoberfest. We build a massive big tent and have lots of fun there. We've got a beach volleyball pitch there, which is very popular. This is the canteen, the library, and we have several lecture rooms, of course, the lecture halls, seminar rooms, laboratories, and so on. And here, this picture is a bit old, but here are 2 new halls of residences that have been built recently. So basically, and forgot about that. That is one of the original locomotives which they used to build on where we are now. So the campus is, as I said, quite new, 1991. It's a modern, well-equipped campus. Our library won the Library of the Year award in 2012. We've got a dedicated centre for startups and entrepreneurs called the Vin Lab. So all in all, you'll find Wildau, it's quite small, it's very friendly. It's a pleasant place to study, close to the capital of Germany, but surrounded by forests, lakes and rivers. So coming back to EBM, the European Business Management course, here are just some of the key facts, and I'll go through these in more detail in a minute. So basically we have, it's a 7-semester degree program completely in English. and it's designed for students aiming to work in an international business environment. It kicks off with a 3 semesters or general study phase, where you cover subjects such as marketing, business IT, human resources, business maths, law, finance, etc. And that will give you a solid base moving into the following 2 semester phase of specialization, where there you can choose longer modules of 20 credit points. After this, so in the 6th and 7th semester comes the mobility phase, where you have the chance to both work and study abroad, and then you finish off with your bachelor thesis. Like as I'll go into that in a bit more detail in a minute. For yourselves, what you need to bring to this course, just a few points here. So of course, it's in English. You need a level of a B2-2, so between a B2 and a C1. So that is basically, that's the Common European Framework of References. It's between an upper intermediate and advanced level of English. You need, of course, an interest in working in an international business environment, an interest in European economic and social affairs, as that is will also be a large part of the course. Team working ability. Throughout the course, you'll be working in teams as well as individually, so team working is crucial. And as managers studying European business management, you should, of course, have an interest in leading people, as well as studying and working abroad, which we'll come to a bit later. For those who are wondering, there is no NC, there's no numerous clauses. So, which means that we don't say you have to have this particular grade to get in. Right, so EBM in more detail. This is a little bit, this is the overview of the course. It looks a bit complex, a bit dense, but you can see the main phases here, the general studies, the advanced studies, the mobility phase, and the final study phase. So we'll go into those a little bit more detail here. We're starting off with the general studies phase. 90 credit points, 3 semesters. And the idea here is that it provides you with a solid base of knowledge across a range of subjects. This will prepare you for the so-called advanced study phase, where you specialize in the 4th and 5th semesters. We have language courses on Spanish, French, and German as well. And we also have a course on business English communication skills, not communication, correct that spelling there, to develop this is the language abilities for the special vocab in the specific areas in these, in the course. So for marketing, for law, for finance, etc. We also have sessions on intercultural awareness. This is very important, of course, because right at the beginning of the semester of the course, there will be lots of international students from many different cultures, and so we'll be working with this intercultural diversity right from the start. Also, we have personal and professional skills, and this is often something that's forgotten sometimes, but it's a very important aspect. And in this course, you'll be looking at developing skills from team working, time management, problem solving, conflict management. So this dedicated 2-semester course, the whole theme there will actually run through the whole of the 7 semesters. And it's enshrined in the module descriptions as well themselves. Moving on to the 4th and 5th semesters. So in my experience, students starting off on a bachelor course often don't know which job they want and which career path they're going to follow. So the idea of the 3 semesters general studies course is to give you an idea of which way you want to specialize, and where you want to go into more depth. So in the 4th and 5th semesters, we do offer these the specializations, where we have the first one, which is something you have to take on international management in European context, looking particularly at international strategies in theory and practice and international institutional economics. On top of that, you can then choose another specialization, which again goes across the 4th and 5th semesters. And you can specialize in marketing and human resource analytics, international trade and investment, or facts, finance, accounting, controlling, and technology, which are the courses we have in English. If your German is good, if you have a C1 level of German, then suddenly there are more specializations that are on offer that you can choose. So apart from that, we continue with the team development or have team development and team coaching. We have an interdisciplinary module, which means you can work with students from across different topics of academic topics, academic fields, discussing issues like digitalization, sustainability, climate change, etc. And we also have an elective module where, again, you can choose from a wide range of modules across the whole faculty in either English or German. Moving on to the last two phases, so the mobility and final study phase. This is where you've got basically here two options. Either option one, studying abroad at one of our partner universities for 1 semester, and then in the 7th semester doing a 10-week internship before working on your thesis. Or option two, where you do an internship abroad for 6 months and then return to Wildau for a second module on international management in European context, and then the bachelor thesis. So as you can probably guess, such experience, such working experience is really valuable. Employers will be looking for candidates who already have some kind of job experience, and particularly for those who have experience working or indeed studying abroad. And of course, we continue focusing on developing the social and personal competences. So this is just a list of some of our partner universities around Europe. And if you're going to be studying abroad, which is highly recommendable, we work with these on the Erasmus Exchange program. And we also work with these universities on other projects, on bilateral projects. We get universities together, which gives you the opportunity to exchange views, exchange ideas with students from all around Europe, and also, of course, from all around the world, because our students, like the students from these universities, come from countries that are all over the world. So just coming to the last couple of slides, we, as already mentioned, we do put a high focus on developing personal social competencies and skills, whether this is on things like critical thinking, communicative skills, team working, moving through to business English communication skills, personal and professional skills. So we do have modules that focus specifically on this. And if all these aspects, all these skills, you will actually find it invaluable in your professional career, whether it's being able to think sustainably, be more interculturally aware, learning how to reflect on yours and others' performances, working with a team, leading skills and abilities, or developing your communicative skills in general. So that is European business management, run in English, European international focus. You've got a big focus, of course, on internationalization, the mobility, the internship abroad, semester abroad, Erasmus, students from all over the world. So it's basically a course that's perfect for those students, for all of you who want to expand your horizons, study and working in an international and culturally diverse business environment. And all of this will provide you as graduates with a competitive advantage in the dynamic global world of business. So that's it. So thank you very much. If you have any questions, as I said, I'll be quite happy to answer them. Let me just stop the presentation. Okay, so that was it.
Thank you very, very much. It was really interesting. Yeah, I think with this, we are done with the presentations. They're really nice, and I think it's a unique opportunity for students and participants who are watching us on Zoom, on Facebook, to have this first-hand information, and also an option to ask you questions. And since Bradbeer, you're already here, there was a question to you regarding, I know you were talking about this bachelor's degree, but some students are also wondering if there is something related to master in the similar field. I'm sure they can see it on the web page because all the information usually is there, but maybe if you can really shortly say a few words about it.
Yes, so we have, at the moment we have European Management Masters course, and in 3 or 4 years' time, that will become the European Business Management Masters course. So it'll be a follow-on course. But that's, at the moment we do have one called European Management. That will be running out in the next 3 years or so. And then we have the European Business Management Master course. So yes, and as Nina says, there is information on the website.
Yeah, and just to double check it, they are asking if it will be in English, I suppose so.
And that is indeed in English.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Thank you so much. And so there is a general question to all speakers and maybe the ones who want to answer it. Some of you the internship opportunities, and it's up to a student, so there is no mandatory internship, but it's up to a student to or not. And you also mentioned some big companies that are nearby your universities. Usually we have this question, so since the programs are always in English and you also provide some German opportunity to study German, is it to know German before coming to Germany to start an internship? And also, since you already have some connections with some companies in your cities, do you somehow help students to find internships, or do they have to do it on their own? Anyone who wants to answer is welcome to do so.
I think it was mentioned before. I mean, even if the program is taught in English, and even if it's 100% taught in English, when you live in Germany, it's good to speak German. I mean, at least I don't know. We recommend. In our case, we actually require A1, and we would welcome people having A2 or B1, B2, because when you study here, then at all universities, I think there are more options when you speak German, and then you can choose some modules which are taught in German. There are companies which are actually offering internships in English, but still, I mean, to get around and to live in a dormitory and the like, you have to speak with people. So we always recommend, at least for Osnabrück, you should try to get some basic German. But yes, there are internships with international companies where actually the language is English, so you find your way. There are companies which have a specialization on Latin America, and they welcome students who speak Spanish. So that's all true. But generally speaking, from our perspective in Osnabrück, we would welcome students who are open and ready to learn German, maybe not up to the B2 level, but generally trying to make sure they find their way around, and it helps. It helps when you later on want to work in a German company. In the long run, you should speak German anyhow. In our case, you can take German classes, so you can improve your skills in very small groups, 10 students, 15 students. So we would welcome you if you come to Germany, be open for the German language.
Thank you very much for the answer.
Yeah, I agree with what Professor Meyer says. Then I mean, you can still, as you said, you can still find work without German, and most universities will offer German language courses anyway to help. And the first semester, you're not going to be doing an internship, so you have time to learn the language and then do an internship.
Thank you.
Yeah, and the same for me. We offer, as part of the first year, intensive language courses. So we encourage all the international students that come to really hone their German skills. It's not a requirement of our program, but I can tell you from personal experience that it's possible to get an internship or a work student contract in English, where that's your main language. But for that to transition to a full-time permanent contract after, it's pretty unlikely. There's a lot of, although a company's official language may be English, you're going to be working alongside a majority of German speakers. So even if all of your activities during the day are writing in English or speaking on the phone in English, just to be able to have interpersonal relationships with your colleagues, it really shows an investment in being in Germany to actually speak a little bit of German at least.
Yeah, thank you. That's really true. I'd like to highlight during the presentation, Professor Meyer also mentioned that the classes are really small, like for German 10, 15, and like for like general classes during the master, it was 20-28, if I'm not mistaken, which for my is a really great option because I was also attending some like big German seminars, and there were lots of people, and there was no such a close interaction with professors. But with your all universities, it's more, so to say, like face-to-face contact with professors, which is a great option for students from my perspective. And you should all go for it and try your. If you get accepted. For those students who were asking about the degree requirements, all professors have mentioned what are their requirements in their presentations, and we will have in a week or so where we will send the information about courses and the information that was shared today. So this would be the answer for you. And also thank you everyone who was answering the questions in Q&A. I see like all of the questions answered, which is great. And before ending, I would once again like to thank all of you for your time and for talking to our participants. And for participants, I would like to say, if you liked our webinar and appreciated the time of our special guests, please do recommend us and the universities to ones who you think will be interested in it. Georgi right now shared the direct links for this. And thank you, Georgi, for this. And I wish you all a nice time wherever you are. And thanks again. Bye.
Thank you very much.